Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My gorgeous mini fro agreed to share her silk press routine with us. She actually prefers to wear her hair straight. So during the swimming off season, you will generally find mini fro with her hair straight and pressed. So she wanted to share with you how she gets her hair nice and straight and bouncy and shiny. So we're starting off this whole process with freshly washed, deep conditioned, detangled and sectioned hair. I have already applied the heat protectant to each of the sections, which is what you will see burning off during the course of this video. I like to blow dry natural hair with a paddle brush. It's just easier and it's much gentler on natural hair than using a round brush or a comb. I never ever use a comb because I find that will actually break your hair. It snaps your hair because a comb is too small and stylists get to tend to get a bit too violent when they're using a comb to blow dry hair. So basically a paddle brush helps me to get the hair nice and straight, which is probably 90% of any pressing system. You've got to get your blow dry nice and straight so that you can then proceed to pressing the hair with a flat iron. So it is very important that your blow dry is nice and straight, so that you can get that perfect pressing system. As I said before, Mini Fro prefers to wear her hair this way, go figure, and I'm the one that introduced her to this. So she prefers to wear her hair straight, and we press her hair every 3 to 4 weeks depending on activities or what she's done in between that. So every 3 to 4 weeks she will get a press, and she loves it. So it's probably every 3 weeks, because then we wash and deep condition and do this process all over again. Now there's nothing wrong with people wanting to wear their hair straight when they're natural. It's basically an individual's choice. It's your choice. And my little 11-year-old has decided at this age she actually wants to wear her hair straight. Mini Fro's hair is thick, long and healthy, even if she does heat treat it. I've seen comments on Twitter where people say, well, soon she'll have straggly, thinning hair and her hair will break and she'll have this issue. Well, we've been doing this for over a year and her hair is thriving, actually. Her hair is growing and it's thriving and it's longer and it's stronger. I think basically it's the process of actually doing this that might go wrong. Some people might not follow the process of heat treating your hair properly, because it is unfortunately a process. You've got to make sure before you put any heat on your hair is clean. You cannot blow dry or flat iron dirty hair. And you've got to make sure that you treat your hair. You've got to make sure that you do a treatment, a protein treatment, moisture treatment, to make sure that your hair is ready for a pressing system, because you can't press your hair if your hair is weak, dry, damaged. You just can't, because you'll be causing even more damage. So basically that's my take on it. So now that the hair has been blow dried and it's ready to be pressed with the flat iron is set at 230 degrees Celsius. And I cannot emphasize this. I don't know how to emphasize this. Pass only once with the flat iron, no more than once. If you pass 1.5 times, if you pass twice, you will get heat damage. I promise you. Pass only once with the flat iron. It is important, because this is why it's important that you blow dry your hair nice and straight, because that's 90% of the straightening already done. So because remember, this flat iron is 230 degrees. So you don't want to be putting all that heat, and a hair cannot stand temperatures that are more than 230 degrees Celsius at all. You will start to fry the hair immediately. So you have to pass once to make sure that you maintain the integrity of your hair. So you can basically do whatever style you want here. I showed a couple of things. You can either have a curl, you can have it straight, you can have it with a bit of body. So you can do basically whatever style you want here. Mini Fro likes curls sometimes, and sometimes she just wants it straight. So basically work with the flat iron how you want it done. But I must emphasize this. Pass once only with the flat iron. Even if you feel that area, that piece of hair is not straight enough, leave it. It's okay. You can do this again in 3 weeks time, 3 to 4 weeks time, and you can get that little piece of hair nice and straight. And make sure that you section the hair into small sections so that you can work with it better. If it's in small sections, the heat is evenly distributed across the hair. So pass once. If it doesn't feel that straight to you, believe me, it's straight. I know when I read this and I was researching this and when I learned this at school, I was like, pass once. That's not going to work. I need to pass more than once to get the hair nice and straight. But pass once. This will ensure that you do not damage your hair. So that's basically pretty much it. So her hair is nice and shiny and bouncy. And it's really, she loves this. She's at that age where she wants to have straight hair and toss it up and down and do whatever with it. This is what she wants right now. And she's happy. She's happier and she gets to play with her hair and do whatever she wants to do with her hair. But that's basically it. Make sure that when you're using heat, you follow a process. Make sure you treat your hair. Make sure your hair is deep conditioned. Make sure you do protein treatments. Make sure that you use a very good heat protectant to protect your hair. Like I said, I use a heat protectant before I blow dry, and I use a small amount before I flat iron as well. So heat protectant, deep condition, protein treatment, and you can wear your hair straight as much as you want or whenever you feel like it. So Minnie Fro basically has her hair straight probably 3 to 4 months of the year. She wears her hair like this. The rest of the time it's in twists and braids. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Mwah.